Listen closely. You are not meant to upgrade your old self. You are meant to destroy it. Machiavelli never believed in slow correction. He believed in replacement. What is weak is not repaired. It is removed. Your old self talks too much, explains too much, seeks validation, needs company to feel real. That version of you is finished. Transformation does not happen in crowds. It happens in isolation. Alone, unseen, uncelebrated. This is why you work in silence. The world does not need updates. Enemies study patterns. Friends leak intentions. Only results should speak, and only when they are irreversible. You disappear not because you are lost, but because you are under construction. Destroy habits that make you predictable. Cut routines that signal comfort. Remove people who remember you as small. Rebuilding yourself alone is not loneliness. It is filtration. Silence sharpens focus. Distance strengthens independence. Solitude removes performance. Machiavelli warned against being readable. So you become unreadable. No announcements, no declarations, no timelines. While others announce change, you execute it. Comment this now if you understand the assignment. Old version terminated. Say it, mean it. This is mental fort, where rebirth is silent and power is built where no one is watching. Part 1. Isolation is preparation. Isolation terrifies weak men because it removes distraction. That is exactly why you need it. Machiavelli understood this truth. Power is shaped away from the crowd. Among people, you perform. Alone, you are forced to confront limits. Isolation exposes impatience. It exposes addiction to noise. It exposes how much of your identity was built on recognition. Good. Now, adjustment can begin. You step back deliberately. No social updates, no explanations, no emotional venting. Silence becomes your training environment. Here, discipline replaces motivation. Structure replaces excitement. Consistency replaces promises. You wake, work, train, learn, rest. Nothing flashy, nothing shared. Progress accumulates without witnesses. People misunderstand isolation as hiding. They are wrong. You are reorganizing. Dark psychology sharpens here. When you are absent, others reveal opinions, fears, and intentions. Information flows towards silence. Stoicism stabilizes you. You stop chasing feelings. You obey standards. Isolation is where identity is rebuilt under pressure. No applause, no feedback, just reality. Comment this now. Isolation is my forge. When you return, you won't need to say anything. Your posture will explain everything. Your patience will unsettle them. Your restraint will intimidate them. This is mental fort. Isolation doesn't weaken you. Part 2. Silence builds the frame. Silence is not absence. It is compression. Machiavelli never trusted noise. He trusted men who could observe without reacting and act without announcing. Sound attracts attention. Attention invites interference. That is why you remove your voice before you rebuild your strength. When you go silent, weak connections panic. They ask questions. They demand explanations. They reveal entitlement. Power does not explain itself. You stop updating people on progress. You stop defending choices. You stop narrating your growth like a performance. Silence turns effort into pressure. Dark psychology works best here. When you say nothing, others project. They guess, they exaggerate, they expose motives trying to fill the gap. Meanwhile, you advance quietly. Stoicism locks your emotions behind structure. You are not numb, you are controlled. Feelings still exist, but they no longer decide actions. Silence forces honesty. There is no audience to impress, no sympathy to collect, no validation to lean on. Only discipline remains. You train when motivation disappears. You study when boredom arrives. You work when progress feels invisible. That is where most men quit. That is exactly why you don't. Working in silence isn't secrecy out of fear. It's confidence without witnesses. It's knowing results will speak loud enough. When you finally reappear, explanations are unnecessary. Your timing is better. Your reactions are slower. Your presence feels heavier. Comment this now. Silence is structure. Mental thought is built here. Not in speeches, not in motivation, but in quiet repetition that sharpens you while the world sleeps. This is how the new version forms. Part 3. Cutting ties without noise. Rebuilding yourself alone requires removal before addition. You cannot construct a new identity while old attachments pull backwards. Machiavelli warned that loyalty to familiar comforts destroys future power. Most men cling to people, habits, and routines that recognize their past. That familiarity feels safe. It is also anchoring you in weakness, so you cut quietly. No dramatic exits, no explanations, no confrontation speeches. You reduce access instead of making accusations. You become unavailable instead of hostile. Distance replaces debate. This is cold discipline, not cruelty. Efficiency. Every tie you keep consumes attention. Every familiar voice reinforces the version you are trying to bury. Silence makes separation clean. Dark psychology operates here. When you step back, reactions tell you everything. Some respect it, some resent it, some attempt guilt, some disappear. Let them. Stoicism teaches detachment without resentment. You do not hate what you outgrow. You simply move forward without carrying it. This stage tests resolve more than strength. Loneliness will appear, doubt will whisper, comfort will tempt you to return. You do not negotiate with past versions. You replace social dependency with self-trust. You replace conversation with execution. You replace reassurance with measurable progress. Isolation sharpens identity by removing mirrors. You begin to hear your own thinking clearly. Goals refine, standards rise, tolerance drops. The people meant for your next phase will recognize your posture later. You do not search for them now. Working in silence means letting disappearances speak for you. You do not announce change. You let absence rewrite expectations. Comment this now. I detach to dominate. Cutting ties is not loss. It is capacity creation. When noise is gone, momentum accelerates. When familiarity fades, independence strengthens. When distractions fall away, focus becomes aggressive. This is mental thought, where solitude is not punishment. It is strategy. The old world does not need closure. The new one demands commitment. You continue forward without bitterness or nostalgia guiding your steps. Each day reinforces separation between who you were and who you are becoming. Discipline replaces emotion. Structure replaces impulse. The work feels quiet, repetitive, and lonely, yet momentum compounds invisibly. One day, results surface without warning, and the difference is undeniable. You won't explain it. You won't celebrate loudly. You will simply continue. Isolation taught you patience, focus, self-respect, independence, boundaries, timing, restraint, and the discipline to wait without explanation, always. Part 4. Rebuilding in silence. Now the real work begins. Destruction cleared space. Silence gave you control. Isolation gave you truth. Rebuilding yourself alone is not dramatic. It is repetitive, boring, cold. That's why it works. Most men quit here because nothing validates them. No applause, no recognition, no reassurance. Only progress that exists whether anyone sees it or not. Machiavelli trusted this phase more than ambition. Ambition announces. Rebuilding executes. You create routines that don't depend on mood. You train when energy is low. You work when motivation is dead. You rest without guilt. Structure replaces emotion. Each day is designed. Sleep has rules. Training has standards. Learning has direction. Discipline becomes automatic. You stop asking how you feel. You ask what needs to be done. Dark psychology sharpens quietly. You learn self-control before influencing others. You master impulse before seeking authority. You observe patterns without needing reaction. Silence protects momentum. No one knows what you're fixing. No one knows what you're building. That secrecy removes pressure. Stoicism anchors you here. You accept discomfort without complaint. You accept boredom without escape. You accept loneliness without retreat. This is where identity hardens. Rebuilding alone trains self-trust. Every completed task reinforces confidence. Every resisted impulse strengthens authority. You become reliable to yourself. That reliability compounds faster than motivation ever could. Comment this now. I rebuild without witnesses. You aren't rushing outcomes. You're engineering consistency. Weeks pass, then months. Small wins stack. Habits lock. Your baseline rises. When setbacks appear, you adjust, not spiral. You remove friction instead of making excuses. This phase doesn't feel powerful. It feels quiet. That quiet is leverage forming. When you eventually re-enter the world, people sense difference immediately. Your reactions slow. Your voice steadies. Your patience unsettles them. You didn't practice dominance. You practiced control. Mental fort exists for this exact phase, not motivation. Maintenance. Working in silence means continuing even when nothing seems to change. It means trusting process over emotion. It means choosing long-term posture over short-term relief. The rebuild isn't loud. It isn't fast. It isn't shared. It is effective. Comment this once more. Built in silence. This is how the new version solidifies. Quietly, relentlessly, alone. Part 5. Discipline replaces motivation. Motivation is unreliable. It rises, it fades, it lies. That is why serious self-reconstruction never depends on it. Machiavelli understood that men ruled by emotion are ruled by circumstance. Men ruled by discipline shape circumstance instead. At this stage, you stop waiting to feel ready. You stop negotiating with moods. You stop rewarding inconsistency. Discipline becomes law. You train because it is scheduled. You work because it is required. You rest because recovery is strategic. Feelings are irrelevant. This is where most transformations collapse. Not from difficulty, but from boredom. There is no excitement here, no narrative, no audience, just repetition. Dark psychology becomes internal before it is external. You see how easily the mind seeks comfort, how quickly it rationalizes delay, how often it sabotages progress quietly. You cut that behavior at the root. No self-talk, no emotional debates. Action ends discussion. Stoicism locks you in here. You accept that some days feel empty. You accept that progress feels invisible. You accept discomfort without drama. This phase is not heroic. It is industrial. You begin to trust systems more than inspiration. You measure outputs instead of intentions. You track execution instead of potential. Self-respect grows here, not the loud kind, the quiet kind that comes from honoring commitments even when unnoticed. Each task completed reinforces identity. Each skipped excuse weakens the old version further. Comment this now. I obey my standards. Discipline rewires self-perception. You stop asking who you want to be. You start acting like who you chose. Your confidence stabilizes, not inflated, not fragile, just reliable. You no longer rush results. Consistency compounds faster than urgency ever could. Days stack, weeks lock, months reshape baseline behavior. People who rely on motivation quit. People who rely on discipline finish. Isolation strengthens this phase. There is no one to impress, no one to compete with, no one to reassure you. Only work. Mental fort is forged here, not in emotion, not in intensity, but in boring excellence repeated daily. Working in silence now feels natural. You no longer want attention. It would slow process. You become efficient with energy, selective with effort, precise with time. When setbacks appear, you don't spiral. You adapt, you reroute, but you continue. That is the difference. Comment this once more. Discipline over desire. This phase lasts longer than you expect, and that is why it works. The old you cannot survive this level of consistency. It dissolves quietly. The new version does not announce arrival. It stabilizes. You are no longer rebuilding. You are reinforcing, and discipline makes it permanent. Part 6. When silence becomes power. Silence was discipline at first. Now it becomes authority. Early on, silence was uncomfortable. It stripped attention. It removed feedback. It forced you to sit with unfinished identity. That phase is over. Now silence works for you. Machiavelli warned that men reveal weakness through unnecessary speech. They explain to be understood. They argue to feel powerful. They justify to relieve insecurity. You no longer do any of that. You speak when it changes outcomes. You stay silent when words would cheapen position. This is where power starts to feel real. When you don't react, others hesitate. When you don't explain, others reconsider. When you don't respond immediately, others reposition. Silence bends behavior. Dark psychology sharpens this awareness. You notice who becomes anxious when you don't reply, who over-explains when you don't affirm, who exposes intention trying to fill the gap. Information flows toward restraint. You are no longer chasing respect. Distance creates it naturally. Stoicism locks your posture. Praise doesn't lift you. Criticism doesn't move you. Both pass through without friction. That neutrality is intimidating. People cannot read your next move. They don't know what affects you. They stop testing casually. Silence trains others how to treat you. You don't correct assumptions that benefit you. You don't rush clarity for their comfort. You allow uncertainty to work, because uncertainty creates caution. Comment this now. My silence sets terms. You also learn restraint internally. Not every thought deserves action. Not every urge deserves motion. Control happens before response. This is mastery. You choose patience where ego wants speed. You choose structure where emotion wants release. You choose rest where impulse wants distraction. And over time, your presence changes. Rooms feel quieter when you enter. Conversations shift tone. People speak more carefully. You didn't demand this, you trained it. Most men announce boundaries. You demonstrate them. Most men explain standards. You enforce them through consistency. Mental fort is built here, where silence is no longer effort. It is native. You are not cold. You are composed. You are not distant. You are selective. You are not hiding. You are positioned. Working in silence now feels like efficiency, not sacrifice. The world doesn't need access to your process. It only needs to feel outcomes. Comment once more. Controlled, unavailable, advancing. This phase is dangerous for weak men. They mistake silence for emptiness. They break it too early. You don't. You stay quiet. You keep building. You let results arrive without warning. That is how silence becomes power, and power becomes permanent. Part 7. The return without announcement. Eventually, the silence ends. Not loudly, not ceremonially, naturally. You don't come back. You re-enter, and the difference is immediate. The world doesn't realize you are gone until it feels your weight. Your presence is heavier now, not aggressive. Anchored, Machiavelli understood that reappearance is more important than absence. Disappear too long without change, and you lose relevance. Return too loudly, and you signal insecurity. You do neither. You return neutral, calm, economical with words. You don't update anyone on what you did. You don't explain what changed. You don't seek acknowledgement. You simply operate. People notice before they understand. Your boundaries are firmer, your reactions slower, your availability reduced. You are no longer eager. You are not resistant either. You are selective. Dark psychology activates here. Humans read power through contrast. They compare old patterns with new behavior and feel uncertainty. That uncertainty commands respect. You don't rush to reassert old roles. You let dynamics renegotiate themselves. Some people adapt quickly. Some grow uncomfortable. Some attempt to pull you back. You do not correct them. Stoicism holds you steady. You do not resent those who cannot follow. You do not chase those who withdraw. You let separation complete itself. This return tests your rebuild more than isolation ever did. Because interaction tempts regression, you stay disciplined. You speak less than before. You refuse emotional hooks. You decline unnecessary access. Consistency teaches others the new rules. Comment this now. I don't reintroduce myself. Your energy is quieter but denser. Conversations shorten. People get to the point faster. You don't dominate, you ground. Authority forms through restraint. You don't prove competence, you demonstrate reliability. Those with instincts for power notice first. They adjust language. They test less. They listen more. Others feel something changed but can't name it. You don't help them. You are no longer fueled by reaction. You are regulated. Mental thought principles are now ingrained. Silence didn't make you invisible. It made you irreversible. You don't announce standards. You embody them. If someone disrespects you, access reduces. If someone aligns, proximity increases. No speeches, no drama, just movement. The most dangerous shift is internal. You are no longer interested in convincing, only in positioning. This makes you unpredictable without being chaotic. Your patience unnerves impulsive men. Your calm deflates manipulators. Your timing disrupts planners who rush. You have changed the tempo. Comment this phrase and keep it moving. My pace dominates. You don't stay long where nothing compounds. You don't linger where energy leaks. You exit cleanly, silently. Re-entry is not about reclaiming space. It is about redistributing influence. You don't take seats. They remain open for you. This is the quiet victory Machiavelli described, where power isn't seized, it's acknowledged. You are no longer rebuilding. You are operating, and the silence that forged you still remains. Now it follows you. You carry it into rooms, into decisions, into outcomes. The world adjusts. Part 8. Severing the need to be seen. At some point, silence stops being a tactic and becomes a filter. Only serious people remain. Only meaningful opportunities pass through. This is where you finally kill the need to be seen. Most men never do. They build strength only to display it. They rebuild identity only to seek approval. That craving quietly reopens every door they closed. You do not make that mistake. Machiavelli warned that visibility invites interference. The more people watch you, the more they believe they have a right to your direction. So you detach from recognition completely. No checking reactions, no tracking validation, no craving acknowledgement. You measure success internally now. This is uncomfortable at first. The ego wants witnesses. It wants confirmation that sacrifice mattered. That craving is weakness trying to resurface. You let it die. Dark psychology explains this clearly. People who need to be seen are easy to influence. Compliments steer them. Criticism destabilizes them. You are no longer steerable. Stoicism seals this phase. You perform your duties whether praised or ignored. You hold standards whether noticed or forgotten. This is freedom. You don't announce growth. You don't hint at change. You don't fish for reactions. When results surface, they look effortless because nobody saw the work. Comment this once. I don't need to be seen. As this detachment locks in, something shifts. You stop over-explaining. You stop anticipating reactions. You stop justifying choices internally. Your decisions tighten. Time feels slower. Pressure feels lighter. Your energy stops bleeding into unproductive spaces. Attention becomes a resource you allocate intentionally. You give it to work. You give it to recovery. You give it to strategy. You starve noise. Mental thought isn't about isolation forever. It's about choosing relevance over exposure. You are no longer impressed by audiences. You are impressed by outcomes. Men who posture feel small now. Men who rush feel fragile. The room reveals itself differently when you don't seek status from it. Status follows distance. This is the stage where restraint becomes intimidating. You don't rush conversations. You don't compete for airtime. You don't fill silence. Silence fills others. They talk, they explain, they reveal, you observe. Your presence sharpens simply because it doesn't need approval. This is not arrogance, it's independence. Comment this phrase and keep moving. Detached from applause. At this level, distraction feels offensive. You protect focus like territory. Notifications lose priority. Impulse loses leverage. You don't retreat from the world. You stop letting it live in your head. Control becomes default. You no longer perform discipline. You embody it. You don't need to announce standards. People feel them. You don't correct disrespect loudly. Access disappears quietly. Working in silence now is effortless. There is nothing left to prove. And this is dangerous territory for others, because a man who does not need to be seen cannot be baited, rushed, shamed, or flattered into error. He moves on his own axis. This stage doesn't feel dramatic. It feels clean. Clarity replaces ambition. Precision replaces hunger. You want fewer things now, but you execute them relentlessly. That is power stripped of ego. Comment one final time for alignment. Invisible by choice. Carry this with you. Do not return to noise. Do not explain restraint. Do not chase acknowledgement. Let silence guard you. Let structure sustain you. Let outcomes speak when they must. You were never meant to be seen often. You were meant to be felt. And once that locks in, nothing pulls you backward again. Part 9. The final severance from comfort. Now comes the cut that most men avoid. Comfort, not pleasure, not rest. Comfort is familiarity that weakens ambition. Machiavelli warned that men lose states not to enemies, but to softness. You conquered noise. You mastered silence. Now you sever attachment to ease. Comfort builds routines that require nothing of you. It rewards excuses. It justifies delay. It whispers that tomorrow is guaranteed. It is not. You stop organizing life around convenience. You choose friction deliberately. Hard schedules, hard standards, hard mornings. This is not punishment, it is preservation. Stoicism teaches voluntary hardship for clarity. You experience resistance on your terms, so chaos never controls you. Cold showers, uncomfortable conversations, uncelebrated work. Each act reminds you who commands your behavior. Dark psychology explains why this matters. Comfort makes men predictable. Predictable men are controllable. Remove comfort and manipulation loses leverage. You eat for function, not pleasure. You rest with intention, not indulgence. You move daily, regardless of mood. No negotiation, no justification. This phase refines hunger, not desperate hunger, disciplined hunger. Comment this now. Comfort does not own me. You feel moments of emptiness. Old rewards are gone. New discipline has no applause. That emptiness forges patience. You stop seeking stimulation, you tolerate stillness. You let boredom train attention. Comfort hates boredom. Power thrives in it. You reduce dependencies, less caffeine crutches, less entertainment noise, less emotional reassurance. You create distance from habits that sedate aggression. Aggression becomes direction. Drive becomes resolve. Mental thought exists for this severance, not to make life joyless, to make it resilient. You don't remove pleasure entirely, you postpone it. Delayed gratification hardens willpower. Immediate reward dissolves it. You earn rest only after execution. You earn leisure only after progress. You trust systems over feelings. Comfort fades, capability rises. Comment again. I choose discipline daily. With comfort gone, decision quality improves. You no longer ask what feels good. You ask what moves forward. This simplifies life. Less options, clear standards, fewer inner debates. You stop bargaining with yourself. Authority consolidates internally. Others notice something sharper. You need less. You complain less. You perform longer. They feel contrast. They feel pressure. They feel your seriousness. You do not preach. You do not advise. You simply operate. When stress hits, you remain functional. When boredom sits, you stay focused. When temptation appears, you defer. This is maturity without softness. Comment now. Hard by design. The final severance from comfort is quiet. No celebration, no announcement. Only stability under strain. Carry this forward. Keep friction purposeful. Keep standards high. Keep comforts earned. This is how the rebuild locks permanently. Comfort no longer decides, you do. Nothing changes this rule. Not success, not praise, not fatigue. You remain deliberate when outcomes improve. Success invites relaxation. Relaxation invites erosion. So you audit behavior constantly. You review weeks. You review habits. You remove drift. Stoicism guides correction without self-hatred. You do not punish mistakes. You correct them immediately. Dark psychology remains inward. You watch internal narratives. You challenge comfort excuses. You dismantle rationalizations calmly. This vigilance keeps the edge sharp. Comment this. Comfort never negotiates. You select environments carefully. Warm rooms soften standards, hard rooms refine them. You seek difficulty that builds capacity. You avoid struggle that wastes it. This discernment matures judgment. Not all hardship is useful. Chosen resistance matters. You simplify possessions, fewer dependencies, fewer distractions, clear space. Minimalism strengthens focus. Abundance weakens restraint. You keep your body adapted to effort. Strength training, conditioning, mobility. Consistency. Physical discipline reinforces mental authority. Sleep remains protected. Nutrition remains functional. Recovery remains planned. Pleasure is not removed. It is scheduled, late, earned. This creates gratitude instead of addiction. You do not complain about difficulty. You expect it. Expectation removes shock. When life tightens, you do not panic. Tightness feels familiar. This is how comfort loses power permanently. Comment again. Friction keeps me precise. At this point, relapse is unlikely. You have rewired reward systems. Ease no longer satisfies. Challenge does. The old self would seek relief. The new self seeks advantage. You are not cruel to yourself. You are exacting, demanding. Fair. You keep promises internally. That trust compounds. Others cannot see this work. They see only outcomes, consistency, stability. They call it discipline. They call it focus. They call it luck. You know the truth. The rebuild now defends itself. Comfort cannot breach standards it does not control. You live this quietly, daily, without audience, without permission, and this ensures one thing clearly. You never return to who you were. That separation stays enforced through habit, not willpower. Habits remove debate. They execute quietly. You no longer test yourself to see if discipline remains. Your schedule answers that. Days repeat, standards repeat, progress compounds. This is stability earned through refusal. Refusal of ease, refusal of shortcuts, refusal of excuses. You protect this structure deliberately. Any breach is closed fast, any drift corrected, and because comfort never returns to command, neither does weakness. You remain exact, patient, and uncompromised every day forward, choosing effort over ease, structure over impulse, and purpose over comfort until discipline feels natural, resistance feels useful, and the life you built sustains itself without motivation, applause, or reminders from anyone, ever. This completes the transformation, securing strength permanently through practice, restraint, and standards maintained daily, regardless of circumstance, mood, recognition, or pressure. Always moving forward without pause or compromise. Part 10. The final operating code. This is no longer a transformation phase. This is how you live. You wake without searching for motivation. You move without waiting for emotion. Your behavior follows rules, not moods. Machiavelli believed the strongest rulers removed choice from weakness. You have done the same internally. Discipline decides, not feeling, not impulse. Your days are structured narrowly. Wide freedom is earned through strict order. That paradox protects your edge. You no longer chase growth. Growth follows execution automatically. Silence is not effort now. It is preference. You speak when clarity improves outcomes. You withdraw when noise threatens focus. You do not resist temptation emotionally. You remove access. That single rule saves years. Dark psychology becomes environmental. You design surroundings that reward progress. You avoid spaces that reward laziness. Nothing personal, just efficient. Stoicism keeps you balanced, not detached from life, detached from excess. You enjoy wins briefly. You analyze losses longer, then both are released. Comment this now. I live by code. You are no longer interested in identity labels. You are interested in repeatable behavior. Reputation takes care of itself. So does respect. People feel consistency around you. They adjust unconsciously. Expectation reshapes interaction. You don't explain standards anymore. You enforce them by absence and presence. Systems replaced willpower. Routines replaced motivation. Preparation replaced hope. You are calm under pressure because pressure was trained daily, deliberately, without witnesses, excuses, or emotional bargaining of any kind. Mental thought exists to reinforce this operating state. Not hype, not fantasy, precision living only. You continue refining, removing friction, sharpening priorities, protecting energy aggressively. There is no finish line here, only maintenance. Maintenance is power kept. Comment once more, structure sustains me. This is the final version. Not loud, not dramatic, stable, reliable, unshakable. You do not return to who you were, because psychologically, ethically, and behaviorally, that man no longer exists. The work continues quietly, every day, without witnesses. That is the advantage. You are not chasing discipline anymore. You are disciplined by design. You are not managing chaos. You removed it. You are not hoping for results. You engineered them. And if this final piece locks it in for you, complete the ritual. Like the video, subscribe to Mental Thought, turn on notifications, then comment one last time, without emotion, without flair, without explanation. Operating system installed. Say nothing else.